Hello! 2021 was quite the year for everyone, especially with the virus and all that. I'm sorry I haven't posted this last month. I'll explain it later throughout the video. But thank you all for 151,000 subscribers. That is just freaking insane. Oh yeah. Still in great condition. 1,372 comments. Let's pick a winner. Avery Shumway, you have won the Jean Paul AS400S. Congratulations. Avery says, I started back in 2017 because I was joining middle school band and sax was just the sickest instrument in my mind at the time. Yes, I like your way of thinking. Because I stuck with it, I've gotten deep into jazz and jazz fusion, and I'm so grateful to record because of it. Well, Avery, thank you so much for watching my videos. It is my pleasure to give you the saxophone, and I hope the saxophone will further facilitate your jazz and jazz fusion endeavors. All right, so now it's time.
No, he drank too much. Whoa!
In January 2021, I started off with 88,900 subscribers. During this month, I figured out how the Russian classical sax players puff out their embouchure to get the extreme altissimo out a lot easier. I tried out Leger reeds for a video and it later became pretty successful. I expanded my Switch controller collection and I got my first speeding ticket. It was over $1,000. What the heck, Georgia? Apparently going 94 on a highway over there makes you a super speeder. Whatever. I attempted to make 2 long-term videos about comparing 2 different practice methods and saying which would be superior, but then school of the second semester of my first year of grad school started back up and I couldn't stay consistent with it. Maybe I'll attempt this again later this year. I hired some random artists on Fiverr to make my YouTube banner art. This was another they made, but I didn't like it as much at the time. February 2021, I started off with 96,300 subscribers. During this month, the Mario Kart Lick went viral again, gaining over 200,000 views in a single day at one point. As you can see here, it actually had 3 ways of going viral this year, which is still just so strange to me. I did a video with Jesse featuring flavored reeds, which ended up being one of my most favorite videos I've ever done. I met Adam Larson this month. I found a sushi bar in Miami that quickly became my favorite restaurant ever. I was in a small ensemble in school called the Horace Silver Ensemble, to which I learned a lot of music composed by Horace Silver. I got my first tenor ever from Ken Beeson, and I still love it. Oh! I got to meet Ryan Devlin too, and we shot a couple of videos. He's such a nice, genuine guy with a very satisfying saxophone collection and monster chops.
Oh, and I'm playing a 3.5 reed.
Oh,
because you know.
Thick master, yes sir. His dad is awesome too. This is also the month that I reached 100,000 subscribers. I still can't believe it. March 2021, I started off with 106,000 subscribers. My Smash Bros hobby is still alive and kicking. I met one of my top 3 favorite sax players of all time, Patrick Bartley. When I saw him live just going off, I felt like I was witnessing the next human brain in evolution. He was nice enough to invite me backstage and I got to ask some deep questions about music and practicing. He is brilliant intellectually and extremely insightful.
So it's like it's a lot of, you can get away with playing a lot of B dominant stuff over E melodic minor just because of E flats in there.
I also met Jahari Stampley and Mike Mitchell, which was really cool. They sounded amazing. I collabed with Jean Paul and made another video with Jesse about it.
Alright, you want to take that off?
Sure, I didn't realize it was on.
I miss that guy. Why did you have to graduate? I had to switch to tenor in the Horace Silver Ensemble. Rough transition for me as I hear everything in E-flat instruments. And this month I met Brandon Schwartz for the first time. Absolute monster of a player who is now living it up as a college student at the Manhattan School of Music. I got to hear Jaleel Shaw play and oh my god, this man knows how to play a ballad like no other. April 2021, I started off with 111,000 subscribers. I received my first Boston Sax Shop mouthpiece. I love the tone I get out of it. I also got the beautiful Boston Sax Shop alto case. Jack Vanuken hooking me up. You can use my code YESSIR or Saxologic for 10% off any Boston Sax Shop product. This is also the first month I did that 12-hour practice session, which I don't recommend unless it happens naturally. I went kayaking with some friends in a giant river. This was so therapeutic and incredible. I got to do this again this year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, Shades Master. Shades Master.
And of course, still destroying noobs in Smash Bros. May 2021, I started off with 114,000 subscribers. I met my doppelganger, Matthew Stevens. We look a lot alike, but he's a lot better than me at sax. He gave me a lot of tips. Thank you. I recorded a vid with Edgar Byers, but couldn't release it in the end. Here's him sounding great though. My first year of grad school finally ended this month and I got all A's. Before I went back to North Carolina for the summer break, I explored Miami for a bit. I went to the Wynwood Walls, really cool art everywhere. This mac and cheese was so good that I just felt my health declining with every bite. I even went to the Frost Museum of Science, saw a lot of fishies and stuff.
No.
If it weren't for the dad here, that bird was going down, no doubt. Finally went home to NC and met our new dog for the first time. A subscriber sent me a lot of cool 3D printed ligatures, this one being my favorite. June 2021, I started off with 122,000 subscribers. I was back home for the summer. Not gonna lie, I got really freaking lazy this month. The month after a school year ends, I tend to just let go. Probably not a great habit, but I tried these blue Takis, and I jammed with some old undergrad buddies. Also watched Zach perform with legendary Carol DeShiel. At the end of this month, a sax professor I'd been watching for years reached out to me about possibly pursuing a doctorate at his university. July 2021 starts us off at 126,000 subscribers. Did my favorite video I've ever been a part of, Zach's car song. I just like the way I ended up sounding in it. Usually I'm way too hard on my playing to where I just can't even enjoy listening to it, as I'm sure a lot of us are. Got my first iPad, 12.9 inches. Went to Carowinds with my friends. The night before I pulled an all-nighter like an idiot. Don't go on roller coasters when you're running off 0 hours of sleep. I ended up falling asleep at that park for 2 hours on some random bench with hundreds of people walking by. Recorded for a Logan Moore video, which was my last time using my Yamaha for a jazz video because I got a Mark 6. I just love this horn sound. Also finally opened up my YouTube plaque.
Look at that. It'd be pretty funny if it said presented to Project Idiot.
August 2021 was definitely my favorite month of the year. I started off with 130,000 subscribers. I tried out Twitch streaming for Super Smash Bros. And I was a part of this cool app, but I later quit it as it was more time consuming than what I wanted to handle at the moment. But the meat and potatoes of August is that I got to meet Chad Lefkowitz-Brown in New York.
There he is. He's arrived.
Here I am.
Dude, he's so tall.
I am tall.
I don't even know how to open this. I don't know if that's where.
Pretty much you push the handle in.
Oh.
We had talked about this a few months prior, but it was one of those things I didn't think was actually going to happen. But it happened. He flew me out to visit New York for the first time.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Chad is an incredibly nice man. He even got me my first New York pizza.
New York pizza. The man himself.
Right, an iconic moment.
Pizza with Jesus.
Yeah.
It was really cool to be able to talk about the nature of saxophone content creation and its problems that it can come with. Apart from being a sax virtuoso, he is also a business god. He taught me so much about that side of things, and I feel like a more knowledgeable man because of it. I will take that information with me for the rest of my life. Thank you, Chad. Also got to meet Augie Bello. We clicked really well. I feel like if we lived closer, we'd probably be like best friends.
It's okay. This is Nathan.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
Also met Melissa Aldana.
Yeah, I found Melissa Aldana walking the street.
Hey Braxton, what's up? How's it going? I'm chilling, bro. We just had a show. It was fun. How are you doing, bro?
Emmett Cohen and Dana Stevens and Benny the Manak and just so much more. After I got back to NC, I jammed with some buddies again. And then when I headed back to Miami, Dave Pollock told me he was coming to Miami. So just like that, I met another one of my sax heroes. We shot 2 videos together, one I haven't released. My camera had a cracked screen protector on it, so Dave came out blurry for the whole video. And I didn't have my lighting with me, so the vid is poorly lit. It's still pretty funny though, so I'll post it anyway eventually.
A gig is where you get to play all your licks that you've been practicing and stealing from people on Instagram all week for like no money. It's awesome.
I met Ian Munoz, an amazing player from Miami that now goes to Juilliard. And finally, the next school year started and I got to meet my new teacher, Marcus Strickland. September 2021, I started off with 133,000 subs. Visited my undergrad and got to play with them a little bit. I started getting an increasingly painful feeling in my neck whenever I played the sax. I ignored it, and I started recording myself playing more often. We got to meet and play with Christian McBride, and he absolutely blew our minds at the concert. I went to Music Man in West Palm Beach and got to try a bunch of saxes I'd never even played before. I received the Boston Sax Shop Gold Stippled Alto Ligature, and my friend got a lot of ants in his saxophone. October 2021, I started off with 138,000 subs. Played a lot of Smash Bros tournaments and won a couple of small ones. Recorded some videos with Edgar.
Do it again.
Watched Troy Roberts live, amazing player. Did a memorable wedding gig, got back into bouldering.
Oh no.
Went to 3 Point Music Festival with friends and saw Thundercat live. That was pretty surreal. Also learned a lot about harmonizing melodies thanks to an arranging class I was in. Played for a neat radio show with tunes all in odd meters. That whole time though, that pain in my neck that I kept ignoring, it got worse and worse. November 2021, I started off with 143,000 subscribers. This was my best month in terms of ad revenue, and the video with Brandon went viral this month. Went to my favorite sushi bar again, with Roshan this time. Did a really cool concert featuring all original works from the Frost Grad Composition Studio. The pianist here is named Connor Rohrer, and I can't express the amount of respect I have for him. His piano playing blows me away, and he can sight read anything at a professional level, always willing to give music advice when I ask for it. My house got fumigated, and I was put in a cool hotel for 3 days. I got the Apple Magic Mouse and ended up really hating it. Filmed a Smash video with some friends, which is now on my secret channel. I got the new MacBook Pro 14-inch with the M1 Max chip. I'm editing on it right now. I can't stress enough how much I love it. I feel the same with it as I did when I was a kid with the Nintendo DS. I almost did a gig with Valentina Shelton, but when we got there, they basically said, "Oops, we don't need you tonight actually," but they paid us anyway. So we took the money and she showed me some cool places I never saw. The concert we had earlier this month, we ended up recording the songs. That was stressful, but pretty cool. However, my throat pain was impossible to ignore at this point. I barely got through it. Went to North Carolina later and had a nice Thanksgiving with my family. And finally, December 2021. I started this month with 149,000 subscribers. I got a new monitor. I was a part of a really fun Christmas concert for 300 people. It was all original arrangements, again from the composition studio. And I had a sight read around 20 lead alto parts for just 2 short rehearsals. My throat pain at this point when playing sax was so bad that I couldn't even get through 3 minutes of playing without it feeling like something in there was ripping in half. Anyway, the next day I presented my final arranging project. I procrastinated pretty hard on it like an idiot, so when we sight read it, I couldn't even play my own part because it was too hard. And I accidentally left the entire last third of the song's drum part full of rest. Oops, I did not get an A on that assignment, rightfully so. The same night I had met and talked to Emmett Cohen after one of his shows in Wynwood. Super kind and hilarious. The next day I recorded for a friend's recital, playing tenor. They were all really impressive musicians. We only did 1 rehearsal. Here's Roshan doing overtones on clarinet. I gave my friend Blake a saxophone, and he is learning it pretty fast. Gonna do some videos tracking his progress. He is primarily a bass player. Did a funny video ad on Instagram with my friends for a headphone company called Status. I had a jury coming up, but my throat pain was at its all-time worst. I did a gig with some friends, which is so difficult to play through the torture, but I got through it. Out of nowhere, Lucia Sarmiento came to Miami to renew her passport, so I got to meet her for the first time. That same day I had my jury, and literally within 3 minutes of my tune, the professor could hear the weird rattling coming from my throat. After the jury, he told me to go to an ENT doctor, so I finally did. The doctor stuck a camera down my throat, which felt awful. Luckily, I don't need surgery, but he did find a lot of congestion and acid buildup that is all being rattled back there when I blow the horn. I'm getting an allergy test soon to see what I'm allergic to that is causing all this. After the semester ended, I found myself with time to finally confront a giant pile of work, but I can't even play the saxophone for more than 10 minutes without that excruciating pain. Work such as a collab with Carson Elliott, Joshua Crawford, Parthenope, and a video mouthpiece review for Sios and Jody Jazz, and many more things. I have all this to get done, but I can't do it. Every day that withered by without another post caused me great anxiety. Eventually, I just finally allowed myself to take a break and not post for the rest of the month, and allow my throat to heal with temporary medication, at least till I get that allergy test. I started animating again. Drawing and animation was the very first passion I ever had, so it was nice to reconnect with my childhood. And a new clothing company reached out to me, so now I can get you guys some new merch soon that looks a lot better than what Teespring's giving me right now. I went rock climbing with a new friend, and had a pretty fun New Year's celebration.
Don't grab that one, Nick. Oh, no, he drank too much. Whoa!
Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for 152,000 subscribers now. Oh my god, wow. Hopefully I get this stuff figured out and I can complete my last semester at Frost. Hopefully get into this doctoral program at this other school that I'll announce later. My New Year's resolution is to have a bit of less self-doubt. This whole year of 2021 I was just beating myself up. I don't want to take myself as seriously this year. I just want to make funny videos that can entertain anyone that deals with the saxophone. And occasionally some helpful ones that will hopefully help people out. Alright, have a good day.